Good day, good morning, or good afternoon, depending on your time zone, or good evening. Hey, because I know we got some international viewers. Pelicans Daily presented by Fan Arch. I'm your host, Dylan Bruton. Make sure to like, to share, to subscribe. Just know, man, this video is done with effort because, man, oh man, I don't know what it is with these Apple products. And some of y'all can attest. Is it me, or do certain Apple products stop working the same as soon as a new one is rolled out? I've always thought, that's not by design. I mean, that's not a mere coincidence. That has to be by design. Maybe I got my tinfoil on a little too tight, but yeah, something don't be smelling right. I've been having a lot of issues with this computer, and this is a computer. This is like a 20, it's like a 23 or 24 MacBook Air. So, hey man, just know through hell, through rain, through sleet, through snow, I'm trying to get videos out. Dedicated, never been one to not try to seize opportunity. But when we talk about seizing opportunity, we can't leave out my guy Trey Alexander. So I talked about last video how Jeremiah Fears, had his best game versus OKC. And he did. 22-6-6. We can't, deny or refute the impact of those numbers. Shot over 50% from the field. He was balling. He was looked exactly like the number seventh overall pick. But my guy Trey Alexander did his thing as well. You know what I'm saying? He actually led the team in scoring. He put up 25 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, and 2 steals on 7 of 13 shooting, 5 from 9 from three. 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", with a 6'10" wingspan, hyper athletic, able to create for himself and for others. The sky's the limit. He was the G League Rookie of the Year, put up insane numbers in the G League. Was an All Star as well. Was averaging like 27, 7 and 6. So yeah, we gotta give him his credit. Chris Lambert on Pelican debrief did, and I got love for Chris, but he be bucking sometimes, respectfully. But when he's on it, he's on it. And he gave Trey a great endorsement, and he brought up a good point about, look, given the injury concerns that we've had, and then another step that I thought about, given that we don't have necessarily like a floor distributor type of point guard on the roster, the way that we got all these guards that love to score, DeJounte, Jordan Poole, now Jeremiah Fears. I'd even throw Jose up there, even though Jose with his height has to kind of be more of a floor general, but he's looking to shoot a lot of times more, which is why his field goal efficiency is in the high 30s, low 40 range. All love to Jose. Like I said, he's like our JJ. He's like our JJ Barea. But he's not necessarily like a point guard. Point guard. He is because of his height. But as a player, he's looking to get his too. And I'm not mad at it. But we've got a lot more scoring guards. So if Trey can show his distribution ability, that might actually separate him from the pack. It just might, because I really want Jeremiah to be that for us, but he's looking to get his first. He's a bucket getter. But I was impressed with those 6 assists because, I mean, granted, the whole summer league he has been trying to pass. It's not like he doesn't want to, but he finally put it all together versus OKC. But Trey as well. I mean, Trey came in with a little bit of hype and fanfare because of the G League pedigree, and people were kind of like, wait a minute. So you were putting up all these numbers. What's going on right now in the summer league? Why are you struggling? Because he was struggling his first 2, 3 games, but he put it all together when it counted, and that was a game that we could have won. But OKC kind of shifted momentum. Second and third quarter, we briefly bounced back in, but it was too little, too late. But Trey was doing his thing, and he was lights out from three as well. So just got to give Trey his props. If I'm grading his performance, I'm giving him an A. No, no if and or but, pushing an A+. He had exactly the type of game that you need, and he did everything possible to keep us in the game. So Trey Trey has the honor distinction of getting the best grade of any player in the summer league so far. But I am remiss to not have thought, and I'm a man. I'm ready to admit when I'm wrong. I'm ready to take responsibility because that's what you got to do as a man. But I didn't know that we actually are going to be we have a consolation game today versus or today or tomorrow, depending on how and when you're watching this video or the next day. You know what I'm saying? Time zones is crazy. But we have a consolation game on Friday versus the Indiana Pacers. And how ironic is it that our last two games are with the NBA Finals matchup? Again, nothing is done by coincidence. Nothing. So hey, I mean, we only lost by 14, but it was a game that we were right there neck and neck with them, and that's to the defending champion summer league team. What can we do against the team that lost in the summer league? So to preview and to talk about this Pacers game, because this is gonna be huge for us. We need to walk out of here. If you used to watch QJB on YouTube, we need to walk out here with a W. We need to win. I'm sorry, going 0-5 is unacceptable. Unacceptable. You will hear a slightly different tone from me if we finish 0-5. Now,
your feedback will help improve the experience.
let me turn Alexa off. All right, my bad, y'all. Um,
I've been thinking about how any person can really be super.
you know what? Don't worry about it. Anyway, so that's that's too funny. Anyway, so we play against the Pacers. Now the Pacers, though they're 2-2, just like the Pacers in real life, have one of the deepest rosters in terms of guys who can go out and get a bucket and guys who can contribute in a multitude of ways. I'm actually very surprised they're 2-2, but the two losses they lost were close. So it's just one of those things of the luck of the draw. But they've got a roster on them. I went and I was watching their film. I was doing their stats because NBA.com don't want to have all the player stats in one spot. So I was like, all right, I will sit here with my calculator. I will sit and write and take notes. I will do all the math you need. All right. I'll get back into my student bag. So I'm gonna go down, some of the guys that we gotta watch out for because they got a squad on them. They got a squad on them. So starting out, they got a guy by the name of Johnny Furphy, who's a 6'9" shooting guard and small forward, originally from Australia. And Johnny, despite this 3-point percentage, is a sniper, but also just a very high level shot maker. He's averaging right now 11 a game, 2 assists, 4 boards, 52% from the field, 25 from three. But don't be fooled, he got a shot, and 83% from the free throw line. Johnny definitely is going to be someone that we have to watch for, cutting on pick and rolls, on pick and sorry, not pick and rolls, pick and pops, and someone who can put the ball on the floor if need be. So we got to watch out for him. The next guy we got to watch out for, Philip Wheeler, 6'8" center who left high school to go play overseas, which I was like, oh, that's interesting. He's like kind of he kind of went the Brandon Jennings route, but he's a 6'8" center, so it's a little harder to have that same type of, success of the NBA noticing you versus, Brandon Jennings is like 6'1", 6'2", being nice, and was the top recruit in '08. That was like my favorite play. That was one of my favorite high school players of all time. I even got the haircut like him. I had the shoes. Like, yeah, I was a huge B Jennings guy at one point. But Philip Wheeler, who's averaging right now nearly 12 a game, 2.5 boards and a block. The rebound is a little concerning. That's like the Kristaps Porzingis, Jaren Jackson school of bigs. But he gets above the rim. He's had a lot of nice dunks this summer league, and he's a very efficient player in the post, shooting 50% from the field, only 14% from three, but 88% from the free throw line. So as a big, you don't want to foul him. You don't want to foul him and send him to the line because he's going to likely convert. Now, their best player, and this guy, arguably to me, should be summer league first team easily. I can't think of anybody more deserving. He's been on a tear. He's been putting on a show every single night. It does not matter what stat he is contributing. But Enrique Freeman, he's averaging nearly 16. He's averaging nearly 17 a game, nearly 10 boards, 2 assists, a steal, and nearly 2 blocks. I mean, those are numbers that, jeez, you, as a 6'7", yeah, nah. You put up those type of numbers, either the team that you're on or another team is picking you up. Make no mistake. And he's shooting nearly 68% from the field, nearly 56% from three, and 71% from free throw line. I mean, outside of the free throw percentage, but still, right? The young man is killing it. And he was a second round pick out of Akron. So watch out for Enrique Freeman. That's a name that definitely keep your eyes out and open for. And he's going to be by far the biggest concern for us defensively because he contributes on every single statistical metric. He's too fast for the taller bigs, and he's too big and too strong for any wings that are trying to cover him. So we're gonna have to get creative in how we play defense on him. Then this next guy, this is a guy who one of a good friend of mine, a good colleague of mine, my guy, DJ Hamilton. Look him up, DJ Hamilton Sports. Does an article or interview or content every single day. The hardest working person I know in this business that's in my age range. But he actually met Cam, did an interview with him, did an article on him, and he met him at the Big East Media Day. And Cam Jones, Marquette. Now, Cam Jones was one of my favorite players this past season to watch in college ball. Very much a throwback type of player, just a bucket getter, a guy that plays with that chip on his shoulder, a guy that can go out and make things happen. You roll the ball to him, 3 to 5 dribbles less, he's going to go out there and cook. 6'5", point two guard, similar to Antonio Reeves. He looks to get a shot, but he's a lot more of a distributor. So he's averaging 14 a game, nearly 4 boards, 5 assists, and nearly 2 steals on 50% shooting, 33 from 3, and 75% from the free throw line. And he was a second-round pick this past year, but to me, he was a guy who could have been a first-round pick. In my humblest of opinion, he could have easily been a first-round pick. But this last game he put up 21 points and 11 assists. So yeah, he's not just a scorer. He is a bucket getter. He is a scorer. He is a guy who's looking to go out there and cook. But he also can be a distributor. So Jeremiah Fears, because like if I'm gonna assign different matchups, right? Phillip is going to be getting guarded by Eve or Derek Queen. Enrique, same deal. But most likely Derek Queen. Johnny's going to be getting guarded by Micah Peavy or maybe even by Keon Brooks, who I do need to talk about. He's been balling. But he's likely going to be guarded by Micah. I'm really hoping we give Micah some burn because it doesn't make sense to me why he's not getting burned. Coach Brewer, if you're watching this video, give Micah some burn. Give him an opportunity because he has shown in the limited minutes. Or we might throw off the bench a guy like Christian Shoemate, either at Johnny or at Enrique. I actually wouldn't mind that matchup on Enrique, now I'm thinking about it. But yeah. But Cam, Jeremiah Fears, and Antonio Reeves are going to have their work cut out versus Cam Jones. Like, I think Enrique is the best player on their team, but Cam is just right after. And they got two more guys. I mean, like, again, this is a deep team. Ray J. Dennis, who is a former teammate with Eve Missy, played with him at Baylor. Very talented point guard, 6'2" point guard. He's averaging 12 a game, nearly 2 boards, and nearly 5 assists on 40% from the field, nearly 39% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line. So again, you don't want to foul really any of these guys. They all shoot the ball well from the free throw line. Like, seriously. And then the last guy I want to talk about, but he's kind of a wild card, but he has the ability to get hot from. He has the ability to get. He's shown. Let me get my wording right. He has had a couple of games where he's gotten hot from 3, but he's kind of a Swiss Army knife. But Talon Peter, 6'4" shooting guard out of Liberty, is averaging nearly 10 a game, nearly 2 boards and nearly 2 assists and a steal on 57% from the field, 27% from 3, and perfect from the free throw line. So, all in all, I say this to say this is not going to be a walk in the park game, right? Likely we're gonna throw Jeremiah and Antonio and even Lester probably as well. Can't forget him at the 3 guards and Cam, Ray J, and Talon. And they're going to have the work cut out for them. Everybody can space the floor. Everyone can create for themselves. It's kind of ironic, like just how deep a roster they have, but it makes sense. The Pacers, as a team, have built a winning culture there. And it starts from having a deep roster that goes from top to bottom. So this is not going to be an easy game. They're third in points per game in the entire Summer League at 99 a game. Second in field goal percentage at nearly 49%. 10th in three-point percentage at nearly 32%. Fourth in free throw at 80%. Sixth in assists. I mean, they're every offensive stat connected to scoring, they got it. But you want to know how we're going to win? We're going to win on the glass, and we're going to win defensively. That is the only way that we can win, because they're 29th in points per game allowed. They're allowing 105 points per game. We've had struggle with scoring. So this is the opportunity in the day to go bonkers, to go nuclear, to go crazy. There's nothing to lose. It's time to just ball out crazy. It's time to up those game sliders to 100. No misses. I mean, that's not realistic, but still, right? And they're 20. They are 20th in point differential. All their losses have been by 6 points. Have been by 6 points or more. 30th in rebounding, 22nd in offensive rebounding, and 30th in defensive rebounding, as well as 25th in turnovers. So again, the way that we win this game is going to be by controlling the glass, winning the turnover battle, and having our best offensive performance. And if we can do that, we're winning, we're cooking them, because we've got the size. We've got the size to bully them. That is the only thing that they don't really have. We, on the other hand, we have that, and it's time for us to impose our will. Why? Well, we are the number one rebounding team. We're averaging, I remember the numbers off that, but I want to pull it up in my notes. We're averaging, let me bend this out. We're averaging 44 rebounds a game, which is leading the whole summer league. We're third in offensive rebounds with 14 a game, and third in defensive rebounds with 30. So as long as we keep creating second chance opportunities for ourselves and prevent them from getting second chance opportunities, we've got it in the bag. Seriously, I know that sounds crazy and brazen given we're 0-4, but every game that we have played in, we have been in the game, we've been competitive, and it's not been like, oh my gosh, we don't have a chance and we're getting blown out. That's not been the case. We've been out there winning when it counts in certain matchups, but it's about finishing. It's about execution. Because we are 25th in scoring, only scoring 85 a game, and 22nd in points allowed at 95. So that's a 10.0 point differential. That's not going to cut it. And we're 30th in assists with 11.5 and 29th in turnovers, 21 a game. So we have to move the ball better. We have to have our most efficient game. And I don't know if Jeremiah Fears and Derek Queen are going to be shut down because Derek Queen didn't play this last Summer League game. But if we've got the whole team out there, then this is the time to pass the ball like crazy, to get the best, most opportune, smart shots possible, and again, continue to control the glass, win the turnover battle. And if we do that, we're going to win. It's not crazy to say. We have a deep roster as well. Make no mistake. Just because we, you know what I'm saying? Jeremiah, Derek, Eve, Antonio, Lester, Keon, Trey. We've got dogs. We've got guys. So this is our time to show the world that Pelicans basketball, it ain't the same as the yesteryear. This is a new dawn. This is a new day and age upon us. So yeah, gotta just give that preview. I don't want to jump the gun and put certain stats on certain players, but this is the game that hey, to any players that are watching this is the game where y'all got to go out and impose your will. You know what I'm saying? Like what Achilles told the Myrmidons when they got to the beach of Troy. He said, beyond that beach, immortality, take it, it's yours. Like that's got to be the mentality. Or think about Maximus and Gladiator. Are you not entertained? You know what I'm saying? That's got to be the mentality. Dominate physically, because this is an offensive scoring team. This is a team that can get buckets and points in a hurry. So today's the day that we beat them with grit, we beat them with size and athleticism, length, and tenacity, most importantly. But hey, we still got big news because on the main roster side of things, because teams are make no mistake, teams are going to be judged and viewed by the star players that face the franchises. We have got our guy Zion locked in. I've been saying since the first time I did a video that the utmost priority and importance was about keeping Zion in the fold. Unless you could get a better draft pick or a superstar caliber player, do not give up. Do not give him up. And thankfully, President Dumars has been hearing me and agreeing with me. Or just the New Orleans brass. But we've officially, and this was reported by Farbad Esnar, his name is hard to pronounce, S. Nasari, and I do apologize if I butchered your name. I'm not the best with names, but I do apologize. I tried. And through Bobby Marks on X or Twitter, whatever the kids is calling it. But we've officially locked Zion in with his guarantee, his contract. $39.4 million, which, whew, man, I could do a whole lot with $39.4 million in 1 year. 1 year. 1 calendar year, right? He's set to be it's been guaranteed and it's now active as officially of this week. And for the remaining 2 seasons, he'll be set to make $42.2 million and $44.9 million. We ain't pocket watching over here, just calling the numbers out. And this will remain non-guaranteed unless Zion is able to basically meet his game requirement that he has to have in order to get that for this season and next. And I got faith. I got faith that this is not the same Zion that we've seen. This is a Zion who, mind you, is still coming off a year averaging 25, 7, and 5 in less than 30 minutes a game. Imagine what he can do with more PT and with a better team and with a better infrastructure around him. And with a president who wants the best for him, but is also going to hold him accountable. I'm telling you, them Shreveport OGs are no joke. If you've ever been around, you know. And President Dumars has been very adamant and diligent about, I believe in you, young man, but you also still have to show it. You can't make me look like a fool out here because I'm sticking my neck out there for you. You know what I'm saying? I can't be advocating for you and you don't live up to your end of the bargain. So I think this is the perfect storm for Zion, the perfect opportunity for him to show I'm not the same guy that I was these previous years, but the flashes that you have seen, I'm going to maximize and put that all together. And that's why I say it is not crazy, in my humble opinion, to have Zion as a dark horse MVP candidate. It's not. The talent is undeniable. It's undeniable. Anybody who is seriously to this day trying to deny the talent of Zion, I want you to stop watching basketball. Go watch, you know what I'm saying, cricket. Go watch what's that sport? Curling. Yeah, let me not diss cricket. Cricket is a hard sport. Cricket is not an easy sport to play. I don't want to diss anybody who likes cricket, my bad. But go watch curling. No diss to them, but I don't know how that's an Olympic sport. Can somebody make it make sense to me? Please. And no diss, truly. But, bless you to myself. Yeah. You know, go watch the Golden Girls. I don't know. Do something but watch basketball, please. Because you don't know ball if you are still trying to deny the talent that Zion is. I'm sorry. I just got to say that. Ain't no glaze, as the kids call it. I'm not over here being a fanboy. No. I'm just standing 10 toes down on ball, on basketball, knowing. You're not going to sit and tell me that Zion ain't talented. Has he put it all together the way that we've expected? No. I'm objective. I'm accountable. XYZ. But he has shown flashes. I'm going to keep talking about that playing game. 40 against the Lakers. Outplayed LeBron. We ain't never forgetting that game. Never. Because that is really Zion. That is who he is at the core. And when he unlocks that part of himself and maximizes that in a 70 to 80 game season span, it's over. You're done. It's clipped for the rest of the league. I want y'all to really internalize that. When Zion puts it all together, he still can be the face of the league. The league is looking for an American superstar. Make no effect. They're looking for an American superstar. They are trying as much as possible to figure out who is going to take that mantle from LeBron, from KD, from Steph. Zion still has a chance. Just turned 25 less than a month ago. The potential and the ceiling is still sky high. He's got to, keep the weight under control. Like I've been saying, put the broccoli down. I'm sorry, put the beignets down. Get some broccoli. Put the what did I say? Put the put the lobster down. Get some lentils, or put the what did I say? What did I say? Oh yeah. Put the catfish down and get some carrots. You know what I'm saying? Get some celery. As long as he does that, as long as he stays focused on basketball, I'm not going to, his personal life is his personal life. I'm not discussing other man's business. That's not thorough. We don't do that around here. As long as he focuses on ball and the rest of the team stays healthy, because we've been so snake bitten. We've got a roster that can compete with just about anybody. I firmly believe that this roster, when all put together, pound for pound, on paper, can compete with just about any roster in this league. Just about. Now, yes, certain teams are going to be a little bit better than us, and they also have a winning pedigree. That's what we're trying to build. It's all about building that, which is why I say, once we get to that level where we can be like championship or bust, it's over for the rest of the league. Because if we still got the core that we do, we still keep building, it's over. We ain't going to be worried about no CBA and no second apron, because we're going to be retooling constantly. We're going to be able to still churn out productivity. And that's the ultimate end game goal. Because it's a whole new landscape of the NBA. You're not going to see as many dynasties. You're not going to see as many teams. We in this 2020 so far, we have yet to see a team go back to back, which is crazy. Given the 2010s NBA, given the 2000s NBA, the 90s NBA, 80s, every single era but this one. The 2020s is the most unique NBA era that we have ever witnessed. But this presents us with the opportunity to cement ourselves, to show ourselves, to do the impossible. So we gotta maintain that and keep it going. And I got belief that Zion Latif Williamson is going to lead and carry us there. He's still got work to do. I've been saying when he adds that mid-range game, it's over. He's got to watch some David West. I'm gonna keep saying, watch some David West, because David West was a dog in a pick and pop, a dog in a pick and roll as well. He could bang, he could punch it on folks too. Don't get it twisted. But that mid-range game will add years to your career, because it's not as much pressure on your body as the dunks are. But I want to see Zion at the dunk contest. He's got to stay healthy. He's got to get to All-Star weekend. So there's a lot of goals, there's a lot of things to achieve, but I got faith nonetheless. Now, let's get to my favorite part, responding to y'all. So I'm going to handle this as quick as I can, just because this is actually what messed up my last video, in addition to the computer problems. Got to respond first to my guy, all-time great, because he's been a day one supporter. He said, we should have been able to win at least one Summer League game. Agreed. 100%. Today is monumental. We will see on Friday if we're going to be a winless Summer League team. Knock on wood, we're not. I'm praying that we're not. And if we do lose, let us lose valiantly. That's how I look at it. If you're going to lose, not saying I want us to lose, but lose valiantly. Leave nothing on the table. Leave no what if, what could, no. Give you 110%. So, yeah, but I got faith we can at least walk out of here 1-4. Hey, the glass can still be, the glass right now is empty, but it can still be full with a win in your final game. You leave with a W. Just like when you leave the basketball gym, you should leave with a make. That's just how I came up, and I'm still that way to this day. But he said, but Fears and Queens were impressive. I was a bit disappointed in Eve Missy, though. He should have dominated these young bucks. For the Fears and Queens point, yes, I agree. They have been very impressive. They have shown that they were worthy of those first-round picks. I don't think that's brazen or cocky to say. None of the rookies have necessarily, none of the rookies we expected, let me put it that way. have like dominated and killed it this summer league, but there's been some great performances. There's been a lot of talent, and I still contend this is the most talented draft class that we've probably seen since the 2021 class. Um, and I think it could be more talented than that. I do, I do. So I'm very excited for this season. I'm very excited for them to develop, and when it's all said and done, what they accomplish with this team. I think they're gonna do a lot. Yeah, I agree with you on Eve. I mean, Eve is still putting up a double double, but you still leave feeling you want more. I mean, he's taking guys off the dribble. That's been super impressive to me. But I need to see better finishing in the paint. Eve can, and this is the perfect game for Eve to dominate though, because the Pacers don't have size. This is the game for him to impose his will, to utilize his new skills, but to, hey, old school fundamental, give me the ball, bang, bang, boom, dunk, hook, all that. All that. Next comment, Dahar. Dahar, you never thought, Dahar, you never thought it would. Shout out to Biggie. Dahar 48. A little bit of Zebo, a little bit of Boogie, and a dash of Kyle Anderson, you get Derek Queen. I agree. I've talked a lot about the Zach Randolph comparison, but I love the Boogie one. House of Highlights, there was a couple people who were saying that. Shout out to House of Highlights. And yeah, I could see that. I could see the Boogie. Man, I still think about what we could have did with a healthy AD and a healthy Boogie. Oh my God. Oh, that would have been so ill. Two of probably the best Kentucky big men of the 2010s. Yeah, yeah. The two best Kentucky bigs of the 2010s. That would have been so, man. Injuries, man. Damn injuries. Damn injuries. But yes, I could see that. And I've seen Boogie in person. Biggie's a DeMarcus is a big dude. Some of my friends have hoop pickup with him too. That is a big man. So, I like that comparison though. The soft touch, the handles, the post game. I see that. And then a dash of Kyle Anderson. And yeah, look, all jokes aside, slow mo ain't no punk. And he's been in the league a long time. He's a respected veteran as a point forward. He's not a shooter scorer, but he can pass incredibly well. He's a great defender, and he's a great locker room guy. And he plays with that methodical pace, which is, he comes from the Boris Diaw school of players. And that's another guy who I feel like Derek Queen should definitely watch. So, yeah, if Derek Queen today is playing, I hope he goes out there and feasts. Continue that momentum that you have from last game, young man. Seriously. Next one. If Fears can shoot around 35% from three, he'd be great. He is great driving to the rim. I believe he'll be a very good player for us. That was from Ricky Pronya, 2494. Appreciate you as always, Ricky. I 100% agree with you on that. As long as Jeremiah shoots in that range, he's got everything else needed to be a top tier guard. I firmly believe that. I firmly believe that. So we're going to see. Reginald Joseph 2892 to stay on Fears. Do we have an 18-year-old Derrick Rose in Fears? I'm just saying, look, hey, I don't want to throw comparisons that ain't, that they ain't ready for. But I see the potential. I see what he's capable of. So if he can do that, hey man, I don't want to hear nobody talk about we reached. Why did we pick a Big Seven? A young Derrick, if there's a young Derrick Rose player potential at pick 7, you pick that player. What are we talking about here? Derrick Rose, youngest MVP, still could have been the face of the league, could have had the same success that Steph had. And I love both of them. Like I practically worship the ground that Steph walked on in that 2008 tournament run. And Derrick Rose will I will sit and watch Derrick Rose highlights like it's nothing. I probably watched every single Derrick Rose highlight reel on YouTube. If you go through my YouTube history, one of my favorite players of all time. So is Steph. But if we get, if Jeremiah can play at a young D Rose level, it's over for the rest of the league. I want y'all to know that. It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Like what Kenny Smith said about Vince Carter in the 2000 Slam Dunk Contest. It's over. But to stay on Fears, Debo the God, love the name by the way. Rest in peace to Tiny Lister, 3277. Fears needs to slow down, work on mid-range and three-point shooting. Pass more instead of driving to score. Bigger guards will lock that up. And Fears needs to put more energy in on defense. Now, I think this might have been about Derek Queen. I'm assuming just because you're talking about standing under the goal and in the paint as a big, but I'll still read it out. Under the goal, actually contest because he's too big to just get scored on like that. And work on an offensive post game. That's Jokic's bread and butter, just doesn't drive to the goal. So I don't know if that is necessarily about Fears or Derek Queen, but Derek Queen does have to work on his defense. That is 100%. I've been saying he needs to stop getting not stop having happy feet so much, stop jumping so much. With Jeremiah Fears, yes, he does have to work on his pace, but hey, I'd rather you have too much speed than not enough. And keep working on expanding his mid-range and three-point shot. And he's got the range. He's got the shooting ability. There's a reason why he was getting Jamal Murray comparisons. The reason why he was getting Jordan Poole comparisons. He can shoot. It's just right now the consistency. But he's unafraid. Zero fears. Lives up to the name. My guy Christopher Church, 2653. Eve was trying to do too much and had a hard time catching the ball. Yeah, it's tough. Like I feel like Eve is really trying. Make no mistake. I want more, but I'm not feeling like, oh, he's not trying. He's not giving effort. He definitely is doing all that he can. And that's good. But definitely has to just, keep playing physical. I'd rather you play physical than play finesse with a game like Eve. But I got faith in him. I got faith in him nonetheless. Original Don Guillory, the OG, one of the first people who, show a lot of love in the comments. We look good. Fears and Queens are the real deal. So happy. ... Fire Willie. Make no mistake. I got love for Willie, and I believe he can be our guy at the head coaching position, but his feet are going to definitely be held to the fire if he's unable to deliver with this roster. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You gotta perform. Results have to show. But I think Willie can do great for himself this year. If we go over 50 wins, hey, it's cemented. It's for sure. And this is the last comment. Primetime Pelicans. I love the name. You know what I'm saying? I love, as an FSU fan, shout out to Primetime, shout out to Coach Sanders. But then obviously, shout out to the Pelicans. That's what you're here for. We need a good development team that zones in on how a player can be impactful within the team structure. We need to maximize the players' strengths and minimize their weaknesses. The Pelicans need to play in all the Summer League tournaments, not just Vegas. This can give a better analysis of players and coach before training camp. I agree. I was wondering, why are we not playing in the California Showcase? Why aren't we playing in Utah? We have a young roster, and we only won 21 games last year. There's no excuse to not be playing. So I'm in full agreement with you. We need to treat this time period like AA. And then, preseason and on like AAA, baseball-wise. You know what I'm saying? I humbly agree with you on that, prime time. 100%. 100%. Because we've got a young roster. We've got guys that have potential, but they need to be able to develop at a reasonable and rational pace. They have to be given the tools to succeed. That's the only way you go forth. So, yeah, I'm very excited. And last comment, I lied. But Ricky Pronia 2494. If we cannot have so many turnovers, we could win a game or so. I mean, look, I just said it earlier. We win the turnover battle, we win the game. Book me on that. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I will stand on that. But I humbly believe that is going to be the biggest difference maker for us. So, yeah. But that's going to be all. I just want to get this video out because I've been dealing with so much stuff with this damn computer. I don't know what it is. Apple, I'm not upgrading unless you throw me a little favorable deal or something like that. I'm not. Stop messing with my stuff. Respectfully. But as always, y'all, it is an absolute pleasure and blessing to chop it up with y'all to really talk Pelicans ball. I'm going to put this out in the ethosphere. If you are in Las Vegas, tap in. I am in Vegas. That is not where I'm at. So I'm on West Coast timing. And if you are, and I'm trying to go to the Summer League either tomorrow or Sunday. Might go both. So if you're in town, hey, holla. We can maybe get a drink and talk Pelicans ball a little bit more unfiltered. But I'm not promoting nothing. I'm 26, so I mean, nothing I'm promoting is illegal. But yeah, so tap in. My IG is Dylan_Bruton10. But make sure to follow and support Fan Arch on all their platforms. They're killing it. They've been showing me so much love. It's been nothing but greatness with what they're doing. Keep supporting the vision. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Support is free. We're doing great right now in that 1,040 range. Let's just keep going up from here. Much love, y'all. Stay blessed. Have an amazing time. And if y'all catch me in the summer league, show love. You know what I'm saying? Show love. That's all it is. I'm down to talk ball. I'm the same person that you're seeing. I'm the same person that you're seeing on video. I'm actually a little bit more unfiltered in person, but I'm playing. I'm still me. Nonetheless, I'm approachable. I'm fun to be around. But yeah, hey, stay tuned. Can't wait to cover the Pelicans and hopefully, knock on wood, we're talking victory. That's what we're doing. Victory lap. We're the Nipsey. But y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay amazing. And ciao.